share your expertise as a speaker, panelist, or moderator. And also, you get the opportunity to be right here with yours truly on a Wednesday at 12 noon on Black to Business to promote your business. Now, here's how you can become a member of the New Orleans Region Black Chamber of Commerce. You can contact yours truly at 504 343 1138 or email me at norbcc.chairman2025@gmail.com. And once again, this is Black to Business, and we welcome you, each and every one of you who are out there on your lunch break. I hope you're eating something good, but right now I'm going to do a couple of shout outs. First of all, I'm going to do a shout out to Room 104, or as I call them, Crew 104, which consists of Brian and Brian, Low, K, Mr. Wireless, the 3 Degrees, which is our 3 ladies in the class, D-Bo, and our other senior, Brother Derek, all led by Mother Hall, Miss P, Coach, and Jukebox. So shout out to all y'all. I hope y'all are having a good time, and I hope y'all are watching the show. But if not, one of these days, hopefully we can get y'all on the show. But as we know, school is coming to an end, and this is truly festival season. So I hope you had a good time last weekend at the Strawberry Fest, and shout out to the people out there in Ponchatoula and all the black businesses who are doing their thing in the Ponchatoula and Hammond area. Now we got what's called the French Quarter Fest that's coming up. We'll be out there tomorrow and all weekend. It is the French Quarter Festival. So please go out and please participate in the French Quarter Festival. Next coming up will be the Jazz and Heritage Festival. Please go out on all the days available, which will be the last weekend of April and the first weekend of May. I would like to thank the Benjamin and Yancey Foundation, LLC, for their prostate cancer and men's health fair that they had last week that we participated in. And hopefully you was able to go. Hopefully you were there. And hopefully all your PSAs and all that kind of stuff come back good. Also, we'd like to thank the Jazz and Heritage Foundation Culinary Catapult Program for allowing the New Orleans Region Black Chamber of Commerce to be a part of that program. I was a judge for the culinary students who were there, and the winners were: first place, Jose Chris Blanco of Wascanola. Second place, Sherman Bunch of Nola Rolla. Third place, Helena Carter, Taste of Louisiana, Utah. Also, you had Desi DeCool Stevens of the Absolute Foodie, and also Chad Stokes of Patio 17. So these people who participated in the Caterpillar program will be on the show because they are new members of the New Orleans Region Black Chamber of Commerce, and they will be coming in on Wednesdays, and they will be telling you about their businesses and how you too can be a part of whatever they got going on. And as we wait on our guest to come in, he is none other than the pastor of the Shiloh Christian Fellowship Church, Pastor Michael Raymond. He's running late, but he is on his way. But if you want to call in, phone in, dial in with any questions or any other thing or how you can be a part of the New Orleans Region Black Chamber of Commerce, we invite you to call in, phone in, or dial in at 504-582-9422. So please give us a call. Please get on the air. And once Pastor Raymond comes in, please call him and please ask him any questions that you may have. But if you want to be an individual non-business member of the New Orleans Region Black Chamber of Commerce, it is $100. Entrepreneur, small business with less than 10 employees is $175. Mid-sized business, 11 to 50 employees, $375. Large corporate business, 51 employees, 51 or more employees, $1,250. Nonprofit, organization, or educational or religious orientation, $150. And if you are an elected official and you want to be a member of the New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce, it would cost you $100. And all these costs are for a year membership to be a member of the New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce. So today, as I sit here and wait on our guests, like I said, I am Edward B. Coulon Smith, and I am the chairman of the board for the New Orleans Regional Black Chamber of Commerce. And I am now excited to have my guest to come in. And as I said, he is none other than, and most of you may know him, because he sits on several boards. He is a man around town. He's a man that is always around. And he's also, as I said before, the pastor of Shiloh Christian Fellowship Church, my frat brother, my friend, brother pastor Michael Raymond. Brother Raymond,
yeah,
glad to have you here with us.
Good day.
And I know you've been doing a lot this morning.
Oh,
and
been
as
running.
you said earlier, a pastor's work is never done.
Never done.
Can you please enlighten us who you are? Who is Michael Raymond?
Well,
and what is your educational and business background?
I'll tell you this. I'm a man that's been around 60 years.
Okay.
So far. And one of the things that I'm a graduate of SUNO, the New Orleans Baptist Theological Seminary. I've been at Loyola to get certified in systems engineering at one time. But I tell you this, my background right now, in those areas, I was glad to have that educationally. I used that early on in my life. However, today, I am the leader and the principal of the Raymond Insurance Group. And I also, we did work with Medicare Advantage. We work with life insurance products. And, I serve on several different boards throughout the city. I'm on the Housing Authority of New Orleans. I'm the Board of Commissioners for the Housing Authority of New Orleans, and where I serve as the Executive Vice President of that board that's appointed by the mayor. And I'm also on the Louisiana Lottery Corporation Board of Directors. And that's appointed by the governor.
Okay.
And I was appointed by Governor Landry. And it was, a blessing for him to appoint me. And I thank God for that. And, all of the different things that I've done has led up to that.
Right.
So, but as a business person, I've done a lot in business, so I still got my fingers in a lot of different things, like housing and, so on and so forth. So, but I've been doing that long before I got on the Housing Authority of New Orleans. Well, no, I don't have any houses under handle.
All right, yeah, please clear it up.
I don't. But that's who I am.
Okay. So, Brother Raymond, tell us about the Shiloh Christian Fellowship Church.
Boy, that's the busiest church. If you've never been, you need to be there. I'm telling you.
All right, so we need to be there. Where is it?
Man, we are at 2441 North Claiborne Avenue, and it is a joy. It's a joy to serve, and I'm a forward-thinking pastor. Even though I'm up in age, I still try to. I'm listening to what the youth are doing.
Okay.
That's what that people say, how you get that many children? I say, man, I sow into them.
All right.
I sow into them, my wife sows into the women, I into the men, but those children, that's my number one. I think we got the largest junior deacon board in the city.
Okay, so exactly how many or estimated how many young adults you have?
Well, in
that
leadership,
attend?
about 30.
All right.
Yeah, but they work as ushers, they work as deacons, work as deaconess. They're working, and that's the thing. You come to Shiloh, you go to work. And one of the things we find out is when somebody sees you, when your friend sees you working, they want to get in too. I'm gonna follow my boy, follow him. So they work together. But I enjoy the work at Shiloh, and people need to. I think it needs to be talked about more. What's going on in the churches too.
All right, so I'm glad you said that. So, how is Shiloh Christian Fellowship Church involved in the local community?
What in all facets. You know the part we're out there trying to get folks. Now I'm gonna say this too, since we're talking business, too, that we're doing the jobs board. You know, because the job boards are gone.
Right.
You know, a lot of folks don't do those like they used to. But I want to keep that going, just to let people know there is employment out there, and you know, education. We partner with the education community, UNO, which is going to be LSUNO,
Right.
pretty soon, SUNO, and you know we got leaders in those areas. So we're getting our kids, you know, getting kids plugged in. You
So,
know,
how can the listening audience find out about the job board and get involved with the things that are going on at Shiloh Christian Fellowship Church?
one of the ways you can email us at Shiloh Christian F. Shiloh Christian F. The F is for fellowship, but we shorten it. Shiloh, SHILOH, Christian, the letter F, at bellsouth.net.
Okay.
And you send that to us, and we can, anything you want to know
All right.
about Shiloh.
So, tell us about the upcoming events that Shiloh is either sponsoring or participating in.
We just finished a whole barrage of Easter. You know, we had that. You know, everybody went through that part,
Right.
and with the Easter egg hunts and the giving out to the community. Right now, we in a season. Next is VBS. You know, Vacation Bible School, and then there's some events going on in the community where we go out. My wife, we do this thing called Purses with a Purpose.
Okay.
Purses with a Purpose. And I don't mind giving this idea out. More people need to do it, but I think that what we're doing is really exceptional. And they fill the purses. The ladies bring all of their purses, lightly used or brand new, and they fill them with all kind of women's toiletries, and they give them out to the community. I'm sorry, you got a napkin or something, but they give them out. Thank you though, but they give them out to to those that need it. You know, the homeless. We go to the different shelters, the women's shelters, the like Bethel Colony, Metropolitan Women's Shelter, many of them, and you know, distribute them. And but Purses with a Purpose is something that we're doing where we're engaging with the community as
Okay.
well. So, you know, just wanted to put that out there. If you want to donate, please email us too at Shiloh, SHILOH, Christian F, the letter F, at bellsouth.net.
And who you give credit for that idea to?
I'm gonna give it to the Lord.
Okay,
No.
okay.
What do you mean? I'm one of our leaders.
Oh, well, you said the first lady.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
I just wanted you to put
Look,
it out there.
Those
let
that
it
are
be known
watching by
again.
Facebook, I'm hiding now. I'm about to get in trouble. I forgot.
yeah.
Smith.
So
Put that out there. I ain't gonna forget no more. Go ahead.
So how do you see the Shiloh Christian Fellowship Church contributing to the growth and revitalization of the city of New Orleans and its surrounding area?
I tell my folks, I tell that, you know, this is what we know at Shiloh, and politicians even know this because I don't like being involved a lot. But I tell them even when politicians visit our church, don't let them just hand you a pamphlet.
Right.
Get to know them.
Right.
Get the phone number. because they're going to be serving you, and that's very important to the revitalization of our city, because when you need help, you need to be able to call somebody, and or when you want a project, that there's something out there you want to get involved in, or you have a question about, you can reach those, because we got to make sure that we're voting, and that's what we harp on a lot. We're voting, and we need to get the information as it relates to our council people.
Oh yeah. So I'm listening to this voice, and in a lot of those movies, a lot of the movies that we watch, especially in the '90s and early 2000s, you had Bruce Almighty and this, that, and other.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
then they also had Morgan Freeman, who was most times the voice of God. So you got this voice that is very, very
loud
and powerful. So, man, when did you start preaching?
Oh, man, I started preaching in 1993.
Okay.
Yeah, 93 at the Galilee Baptist Church. I've always had a distinct voice. Always. And, people ask me about my voice all the time. I say I was born like this. I don't know what to tell you. Right. It's not from preaching or none of that. I didn't know I was going to be a preacher or anything. It's just, and I thank you for the.
So were you one of those youngsters that the elders or your grandmama said, "Boy, you're going to be a preacher"?
No. No, it wasn't me.
It wasn't you?
No.
All right. So, what are some of the biggest challenges that you face personally and professionally, and how do you keep going and get past those challenges?
I'll tell you this, my challenge that I thank God for my testimony. I got past that, and that's a whole nother show. Okay. But I'll tell you this, before business, before college, before everything, I was a substance abuser. And people don't know that, and well, my church does, and not everybody does, but I was, and I tell you this, after that happening to me, so I got past that challenge, and it was the Lord that did it. That's how I got into ministry,
That delivered.
Yeah, God delivered through that. Even I had pledged and everything, became, doing everything, but it got me. The bug got me, and I got out there, and I got hung up on drugs, and that took me to my knees. And but the Lord brought me out. There was a program at the Galilee Baptist Church. It's the church.
Yeah.
The church has to be the backbone of the family. Everybody gets away from it for a while,
right,
and then they come back to it.
Oh yeah.
And the book says, train up a child in the way that they should go. And when they get old, they won't depart from the faith. So once you get older, you come back to it. And I see a lot of this falling away from the church. They'll be back. And they're coming back.
Yeah, what the song said, we fall down.
Well, we get up. Yeah, that's right.
And I always thank the Lord. Every time I go to speak somewhere, I always say, if it had not been for the Lord on my side. And
where would I be? Yeah.
And my mama. I always got to give my mama the
praise. That's right.
Where would I be? She was always the one that kept me on the straight and narrow. And hi, Mom, and happy 79th birthday on Friday.
Coming up.
Coming up. Yeah. So, and I always tell people, if it had not been for the Lord on my side and my mama, where would I be? And if it had not been for my mom, and when you see me, you see my mom.
That's right. That's right.
I am a living testimony of who she is, and and hopefully all the good things that you see of me, I know comes from her.
Yeah.
So can you tell the listening audience now? So you said you got past your trials and tribulations.
Mm-hmm.
So what advice do you have? So someone who's out there listening right now, who may be having a bottle in the hand, or the bottle in one hand and the needle in the other, or have some other type of vice that they may be using, or some trials and tribulations that they're going through, and they may be in true despair right now. They're in their deepest, darkest hour. What message do you have for them at this point? Right.
Get back to God. God first, family second, and everything else gonna fall in place. When you mix the order up of life, that's when life messes up.
Mm.
When you mix the order of life up, that's when life messes up. God's got to be first, not second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. Not the bottle first, God first. Not the drug first, God first. And you got to, you got to cry out. You got to fight. And you are God's child. If I can make it, you can make it.
Oh, yeah.
If anybody can make it, you can make it. Put yourself first instead of everything and everybody else. I tell people this, and families out there listening right now. Many times we put, I see ladies, they put their family, put their families before everything.
Right.
And that's, God, if you put God above that, oh man, you got something. Because the order gets mixed up, sometimes in life. And, but we got to put the Lord God first. And, cause too many people are making it, there are a lot of people not making it, and it's because they're mixing the order up. I'm no different from anybody else. If I went through it and got out and become successful, others can do it.
Oh, yeah.
None of us are perfect, so, those that are having vices and things that are hurting them, get to somewhere and get cleaned up. You know what you got to do. You got to get cleaned up.
Got to get cleaned up.
Yeah.
So if you're out there listening and you want to be a part of this conversation, or you just have some questions
Yeah.
for the man of God, or the man of many hats that sits on all these boards, or the man that has a job board, and I'm gonna sit here and talk to him for a while about the job board to see how we can get connected with the chamber, so our members of the chamber can know what jobs are out there, what careers are out there. We got jobs, and then we have some careers also. And all of us need to be connected so we can be a part
Yes,
of
we do.
everything that's going on. And then, your $2 can turn into $5 and so forth and so on. And then you can reach out and pass back to help somebody else. That's
Yeah.
what it's all about.
That is right.
As I always say all the time, I say, hey, may the Lord our God continue to bless you and bless me as we continue to be blessings to others. Because believe it or not, you are truly a blessing to somebody else. Because just like the good bishop, the good pastor just said, hey, some of the things that you're going through, some people have seen you where you were. And those same people see you now where you at. And they be like, hey, if he done it, guess what I can do?
Yeah.
I
Do
can
the same thing.
thing.
Yes.
So you can dial in, phone in, or call in at 504-582-9422. The phone lines are open, and we got about 4 to 5 more minutes left on the show. So please call in, dial in, phone in. I would say send a raven or a pigeon with a note, but it might take too long. It might take too late. We might be off the air by then. And then you have to just reach back into us next week. So, Brother Pastor,
Yeah.
what legacy do you want to leave as the pastor of Shiloh Christian Fellowship Church in the city of New Orleans and the surrounding area?
I want to leave the footprint of Shiloh. I want to leave the footprint of business better than what I found it.
Mm.
That's major to me. More people, I want them to know about the work that's being done at Shiloh, and put that word out as much as possible. We do a lot with our children. They have pizza with pastor. They have
Pizza with pastor.
yeah, they have pizza with pastor. Yeah, everybody do it. When I do that, I got more adults than children on that one. We have pizza with pastor, and we have they'll go out and do things. They haven't been in a while. They used to go do the food under the bridge, but and help those when they were there. But they've moved our homeless all around the city. They're doing more moving than regular folk. But that's what we love. That's the legacy I want to leave. Leaving everything better than what I found it, and making sure that message rings present. Rings constantly, out long after I'm gone.
Okay.
You know, the work that somebody you talk about, Mama. To let the work that I've done speak for me.
There it is.
Yeah, let that be the legacy.
All right, so we got approximately 1 to 2 minutes left.
Yeah.
So
Go
Pastor
ahead.
Raymond, my good frat brother, my good friend.
My fraternity brother.
Please tell the listening audience some closing remarks as you leave this day, but not for the rest of the days to come, you know.
Yeah,
But
I could be.
please give them some encouragement, some enlightenment, some uplift
Yeah.
as we exit out of this seat.
Yeah, let your business. We will just say black to business, right? I'll
Back to
tell you
business,
this.
baby.
Let your business be you. Put God first in your life, and your family second, and everything else, remember, shall fall in place. Keep that. Let that be your mantra. Let that be your everyday, your motto in life. You know, we often say in Omega that friendship is essential to the soul, and it's good that we help one another and we share with one another, and we keep each other accountable in our lives.
And as
Thank
we
you.
close, I would always say, yesterday is history, tomorrow's a mystery, today is a gift. That's why it's called present. Enjoy the gift and see y'all next week on Black to Business.